Dude, I'm looking for a punching bag.
That's just because you want to hit things.
Yeah. No, I'm like, for real, I think it'd be a good way to just relieve stress, but I've got like a notification for some sites that I'm looking for used equipment, and there is so much. All right, people are selling shit, people are gonna be buying shit. It's just, I feel like gym equipment at home is just gonna be a big deal.
Yeah, well, it is. You also got like the those bands with the walls and stuff like that and everything too. We had punching bags growing up and everything at my place, and my dad bought me a punching bag, but the problem is that he set it too short, so it was basically the top of the punching bag was my chest level. So I'm like, Dad, how do you want me to punch this punching bag? Like, am I gonna fight just nothing but Mexicans and everything like that? Just guys under my height, and I'm just uppercutting everybody. Like, is that what you want me to do, Dad? Like, how am I gonna learn how to box if you just like, if I can't even do a straight jab? I gotta like lean down to like jab people.
No, son.
No.
The reason it's hanging that low, you need to learn to punch with your dick.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're Winnie the Poohing it here. That's your gym time. You gotta learn to punch with your dick. And like the camera's just on you and the punching bag. And then you're like, ugh, ugh, ugh. And then like suddenly the punching bag goes like just a hair away and you're like, and then like the background song comes on, like the Rocky song.
Oh, okay.
And then it's a montage of you like getting better and better at punching a bag with your dick.
It's like, I'd have to fight and
she's the queen of the night, and I'm punching this dick with my dick. I hate this punching bag, and I don't use fists, and my fist is a dickhead. I am the tiger.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Dude, I 100% want to do a montage, man. That'd be so fucking dope.
Yeah, but dick punching bag.
Oh, 100% dick punching bag. I like the fact that this is just basically me raping a punching bag.
You're not raping it. You're poking
asking for it
with some veracity.
This sounds a lot.
You're
like
thrusting
rape.
towards
this
it.
Sounds a lot like rape.
It just look. You're not inserting the punching bag. First off. Okay. Secondly,
Am I swinging it head on like a spear, or am I just using it like a wiffle ball bat? And like...
Actually, no. You are literally head on punching bag.
Okay, then this is not consensual.
Yeah, because remember the song? Okay. That's your fist.
yes, that was a fist. Okay, that's perfectly fine. All Regrets podcast. This is the podcast about regrets with Sam Narani, 30s Pakistani female who's not working at the moment.
And Omar Gonzalez, who's really good at profiling.
I'm not good at profiling.
You sound like a fucking god.
All I know is stereotypes, and that's it.
Female, seems to be in her mid to late 30s. Very brown, too brown for my liking. Right. I like more of a light.
All right, let me try it again. Speaking of punching people in the dick.
You got plans?
I got plans to punch people in the dick?
Yeah.
No, I had them for like a while. Like,
dick punches?
So the last time we talked, or we had an episode, I talked about my roommate and everything, just up and leaving, and then bringing me a random new roommate, and it's like, oh, we gotta live with somebody else new and everything. Well, there's a second chapter to this drama and everything, which I thought that like everything was now set, and everything was all cool and everything. So on Thursday, we just came back from recording, and I let all my energy out on the previous episode.
Right.
The episode for this. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm drunk and high. I feel pretty good about myself. I get home. I go to sleep. And then I wake up at my usual time of like 6:30 every single day, because my body's like, you're waking up at a certain hour. I'm never going to let you sleep in. Ever. At all. Because that'll be something you want to do.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Oh, my body sucks. But I was like in that phase of like waking up, and then I have like a fan, because I have it for like white noise purposes. The old roommate he would stay up till like 3 o'clock in the morning, but it'd be like in the kitchen banging shit, whatever, and stuff like that, just making whatever the fuck noise he wants to make.
Was he banging all the appliances?
Dude, if he was banging chicks and my appliances, man, I feel bad for my toaster oven. My toaster oven doesn't deserve that, man.
Well, did you use your toaster oven while he was living with you?
That bitch.
I feel bad for you now. And the toaster oven. And him.
I thought
Everybody
I
had to
burn
eat
that
it.
toaster oven now. Is it the toaster oven's fault though?
What? Toaster oven's fault.
Just saying, like
I got stuck. Sorry. What?
No, I'm just saying, like it's just like the toaster oven's kind of like.
Hey, look at me. I'm shiny with my wide open door. That doesn't give you access to it.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, this is why you're my friend. Friend.
Mm.
So I'm just laying there. The fan is going on, and then all of a sudden the fan stops. I have a little kind of like nightlight thing that you can kind of like you can wake up and there's light coming out of it. That shuts off.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden it sparks in my head. Oh, the electricity was under his name.
Fuck.
Yeah, and I'm just like and like. So I call the electricity. First thing I do is I look outside to see if there's an actual outage, and it's like, nope, this is just the poor people outage. Okay, cool, got it.
So the roommate moved out and had their electricity under their name, but they didn't tell anybody that they were gonna switch it over.
Well, he told me that he was gonna switch over at the end of the month.
Oh.
And then he would just switch it on to me.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I had, based on his prior actions or anything, I had absolutely zero reason to believe this. But it just didn't occur in my head.
No, there's so much going on, I'm assuming, where you're like, all right, dude, whatever.
No, but here's the thing, though. Like,
checking all the boxes.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I told you this later that day, and then the first response that came out of your head is like, all right, somebody who plans everything out to the T. Here's your plan. You know every single step you're going to do going forward. You at no point did not think that this guy was going to cut off his own electricity, you dumb bitch. That last part was not needed, but...
Oh. Yeah, I mean, but that's just how I talk.
Exactly. Everything. And to be honest, it's one of those things where it's just like, okay, I just didn't even think about it. It just never occurred in my head and everything. But in all honesty, it should have occurred to my head like the first thing where it's just like, okay, I got to call the electricity company. Because I would 100% would have rather paid the 3 days that I had energy and he didn't. And like, yeah, it made a lot more sense for me to just do that shit already. Yeah, but I didn't think about this. So
hey, that's fair. Like, I know I called you a stupid bitch whore or whatever earlier.
Wait, you didn't? Wait, you called me a whore too? I didn't miss that.
Oh, the whore is silent. It's French.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the stupid bitch. Ha.
Okay, but when you call me a ha, does that sound fancy?
Yeah, it's a fancy ha.
If we just go like
you're high end. You're high end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a few thousand a night, easy.
Is that like
for like an hour?
When he's inside you the first time, do you just go ha?
I mean, you can. You can. Yeah. I mean, I personally did not, but I think if you want to, it's fine.
Going in, all of a sudden he's like, ah!
Also that, yeah, that's also an option.
Okay.
But I would have thought about calling the electricicity company.
Yeah,
unless you're in like super extra petty mode. You know what I mean?
Dude, okay, so I was furious.
Yeah.
I was mad. I was already thinking about getting this guy's forwarding addressing and going to his house and bashing the shit out of all his cars. I was already thinking that.
All of his cars?
Him and his parents.
Oh.
And maybe thought about a Molotov cocktail or two. Or just like call him up to a place to be like, hey buddy, you want like your mail forward to, and then just go wait outside of his house until he goes somewhere, and then just beat the shit out of his ass.
Ooh, hey buddy, you want to go ice skating with me? And then you guys go ice skating. You have a very lovely time together. It's that ice skating place at the mall. And you spend a couple hours, get to know each other, have some like hot chocolate, and have some laughs. Okay. And then at the end of it, you're like, hey pal, I'm going to go ahead and return my skates and pay for us. You know, finish your couple laps and I'll see you whenever you're ready. And then you wait for him. And as he's exiting the ice rink, you take a crowbar to his knee. And you're like, you'll never be able to compete again, you bitch. And then, you win. Because he can't skate in the Olympics.
But here's the thing, though. That won't make me Tanya Harding. That'll make me the fat guy. That Tanya Harding was fucking.
No, you're both. You're both at once. Come on.
It makes me part fat guy. I don't like playing stereotypes.
What? You just
I'm a big guy. I'm a big guy right now. That's a bad big guy stereotype where we hit people in the kneecap.
Dude, that's because you're looking at him as a fat guy.
I am looking at him as a fat guy.
He's the accomplice.
He wanted to fuck Tanya Harding. He didn't get the fucker. He was her friend.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
look, dude,
Mm.
if you're the accomplice and you're Tanya Harding, you get to go fuck yourself. And at the end of the day,
go fuck myself
that
now.
guy got to fuck her.
Nah.
You gave that guy hope.
Nah.
You made a plan like Tanya Harding, and then you made shit happen like the accomplice guy.
No, that'd be
You're a
like,
one-guy powerhouse.
This sounds like if I dressed up as Mrs. Doubtfire, then I jerked off, then I made a woman come. I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense at all. All of those words, like individually, I get all those words.
Yeah.
But the way you put them together, it doesn't make sense.
That's fair. Everything. So I'm calling the electricity company.
Okay, good.
And well, first I go out there and then I try to go pee in the dark because I figure what's the best excuse to just pee wherever the fuck you want. I'm basing everything off Splash and stuff, but I was able to get most of it in.
Oh, I thought you meant the movie about a mermaid. Go on.
Yeah, well, could be. But then I see the roommate out there, and my new one, and I'm like, hey, I forgot to tell you that the electrician is his name, and I guarantee you that like he called it off. So I was able to finally get a hold of the people at the electricity company, and it is funny because it was this like, you can tell it was an older black lady.
Mm-hmm.
I told her all the situation, and she's like, "Wow, that's messed up." And I'm like, "It is messed up, right?"
Mm-hmm.
Everything. I'm like, and then I said, "Oh, trust me, there will be a retaliation on this. Don't worry about this." I say that.
Oh yeah.
And we both play it. Don't say anything. But then, like after she sets my account up and everything, she's like, "And also, you don't want no retaliation, child." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Look, I have a 21-year-old son. He says a lot of wild, crazy shit sometimes, but I tell him, son, you don't want none of that trouble. You don't want to get yourself you don't want to get yourself caught by the police officers.
Yes.
You don't want
She's
to
right.
you don't want to involve none of that, but to mention." And I'm like, and then I go, but like, you grow up a certain way in a neighborhood and stuff like that. Like we solve a lot. Look, I told you before, I regret not fighting as much and stuff and being like the bigger person about it. But, there's a little bit that's taken away from you man-wise by, turning the other cheek and stuff. I always reference a book called, like, Professor in the Cage, which the whole premise of the book is that, like, this professor one time was in a car, and he got caught up by another car and everything, and he gives the car guy the finger, and the guy chases him around until they get to a stop, and then the other guy walks out of the car and walks up to the professor's car. Now, the professor has her daughter on the right-hand side, on the passenger seat.
Right.
And the professor is like, I could go outside. This guy's outside of my car yelling at me, telling me to come on out here so they could fight. And the professor did the right thing of, like, driving away.
Yeah.
And just being like, okay,
I'm not going to... I got a kid in here. Fuck off. Bye.
I know, but there's a part of you when you don't do something like that, like, it hurts your male ego. And everything. And that's like the animal, primalistic, the warrior mentality that us guys have, which is just like, you do want to walk away. You do want to be the bigger man, but there's also a part of you that just wants, I want satisfaction of, like, hitting somebody.
But, I mean, that could be the other way around, Like, you do want to hit them, but you know that there's too much at stake, so you have to walk away.
No, it's a cost. It's a cost benefit thing.
Right.
Which is 100% like, yes, I could get all that frustration out, and I could get quote unquote retaliation on him. But then the operator lady was telling me, was like, child, you know what? I'm gonna just tell you what my mom always said: kill him with kindness. There's no better way than to, like, get back at somebody than killing them with kindness. Sometimes silence is your best option, and the only way to get true revenge is through success. And I'm just like,
God damn it, support line grandma, I love you. Yes.
I know. All right, I'll do the survey. And I gave her, like, a perfect thing on the survey and everything. Great customer service. I even put a comment, was like, lasting spiritual advice. I was like, all right, cool. So all this whole time, there was a part of me that was just like, I need to do something. Because I still have this rage and anger in me.
Yeah.
And everything. So
all you did was, like, simmer it down before it, like, spilled over. That was Friday, You just sedated it for a second.
No, you're right.
But it's still there.
And it's, and everything. And that's what, like I said, alcohol, that's what it's for.
It'll either quiet that voice or make it louder. Alcohol and booze.
True.
Alcohol and booze. Sorry.
I like the fact that you were just on. Hold on a second. Before I go back and open up my beer can and everything, I just want to point out that I'm pro alcohol.
You guys need to hear my wisdom. It's more important than my drinking.
Fair.
Your approval.
So the original idea from my therapist was for me to get a puppy, which is something I'm planning on doing. But before then, I talked about this on a previous episode of All Regerts. I don't know which one exactly, but the rage room involving from the person from Billions, and I refer to her as a her, which is not accurate. She's a trans. It was a trans woman, and she likes to be called it. So
it.
Yeah, it.
Okay.
That's the pronoun that character prefers to use.
Okay.
So I know it's kind of weird. It's kind of like something to get used to when it's like when you'll see them talk about this character, they'll say like it likes such and such, or it is doing something. It is plotting against us.
It's like such a derogatory term. It
does, but that's the thing though. That's the preferred pronoun.
Yeah, no. If it's preferred, it's kind of like, all right, begrudgingly cool.
Yes, and everything. So it went to one of these rage rooms, fancy rage rooms, to go smash and bash shit. And I suggested to my therapist, and my therapist is like, you should totally do this. You should 100% go to a room, smash, bash, get all your frustrations and anger out on everything, and bring Sam with you. Because you want somebody who is like, you can go by yourself, that's fine, but you want someone to encourage you and just kind of like get you on. And not to mention, Sam probably enjoys breaking shit.
She sounds like a problem too.
She sounds like she's thrown a couple things at her boyfriends. And
if you could just give her my phone number,
right,
and tell her if she uses your name, she gets like a 10% discount on the first talk. Just this bitch trying to get more people around. It's a pyramid scheme, Omar.
It is a pyramid scheme. So basically, like day, I decided to be like, all right, we're gonna do a rage room. Rage room. We went to Uncharted Adventures on Kyle, Texas, the next day. Everything. We get to this outskirt warehouse on like the corner of like deep into Kyle, Texas, which is 20 miles south of Austin. And then from there, we go inside. We're in like jumpsuits and overalls. We have helmets with like the shield on it. We're wearing safety goggles and gloves.
I didn't wear the goggles. I forgot goggles.
Oh, you dumb bitch.
I know.
You just don't like your eyesight.
I'm stupid.
You're trying to get LASIK without getting LASIK. And just like cut my eye.
Put lasers in them.
Yeah, put lasers in them. Then put them back. No, and then like we get there, and then there was like a big old TV screen right there. There was like monitors, keyboards.
So many keyboards.
It was an unridiculous amount of keyboards.
One mouse.
One mouse. Yeah.
One single mouse.
Well, that's why they're all so frustrating, because there's only one fucking mouse. It's all these keyboards and one mouse.
I'm like, I am wondering where they're getting all this from. Like, we had a good
there's
amount
a lot
of
failed startups here.
But there's like a lot of glasses and stuff, and I was like, these are pretty good quality glasses.
I stand by my statement. I failed startups.
I know, I just felt bad. I was like, these are good. I want to take some of them home with me. Can we not? Like there's these little glass teacup things, and I was like, oh my god, they're beautiful. Smash! Okay, well, they're gone now.
My bad about that.
No, it's fine. That's what the point was. I was like, oh, the cheap guy in me got sad about like destroying it. I was like, this is perfectly good.
See, this is why I didn't get high, because I didn't get high going in there, because I'm just like, I would have had that same thought, which is like, this TV's perfectly fine. Like, we just need to connect it real quick or something like that. I'll give it a good home.
I was afraid that I would get to that point where it was like, I'm not mad right now, like foreground mad.
Yeah.
But maybe if I start smashing because I'm not mad, I'd be like, oh, this is like a good waste of perfectly good items that could be reused.
Exactly.
You know? But once
you
start
felt that
smashing,
at first, but then once you started smashing things,
yeah,
you were just like,
fuck this.
Oh, 100%. Like, so I think, what was it? Like, I took the first swing at a big screen, a big TV thing, and I was just like on a monitor, and I'm just like, oh wow, this felt okay. Like, at first it just feels like this is stupid. You're freaking hitting on a thing,
right?
Like, you feel dumb while doing it and stuff like that. Like, I have a baseball bat, I'm beating the shit out of a monitor thing. Like, it felt dumb, And then we all kind of took turns a little bit. Like I went like a couple times, smashed one thing, and then I gave it to you, smashing things, and then like Robert started smashing things.
Yeah.
But then like that second and third rotation, I don't know what happened. Like I started like setting up beer bottles on like this wooden plank, and I took a baseball bat and I started swinging at it.
Yeah.
And that
was T-ball.
Yeah. And that was a catalyst of just like, oh, I'm getting in the zone.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, because every time you turned around,
yeah,
you were just like, more bottles. I was like, all right, I'm going to help him find more bottles.
Yeah, it was just, no, at that point, I was just like, I'm like, okay, you're out. And you're just like the essay is like fully here.
Yeah.
Everything. Like, he's in that mode and mentality, and he's getting all of his shit out right then and there. Like, he has that bat in his hand, and he's swinging at that glass. He's like, that's my mom. Psst.
Ah, yeah.
That's my dad. Psst. That's that teacher that said I'll never dig shit. Psst. That's the Austin comedy community saying I'm too real. Psst. That's them saying I'm too fake. Psst. That's them telling me my bow ties are stupid. Psst. Like, it's just all of that shit just starts coming out. Then it's like, oh, that's the roommate that fucked me over. Psst. That's the other roommate that fucked me over. Psst. Like, I'm just swinging for the fences on all these things, and then all of a sudden, like, this rage is like in me, and like you're in, like, I just need to bash shit. I need to hit something. Yeah. And I take like a monitor with a sledgehammer, and I'm just like bashing the shit out of it. I'm taking like I'm hitting one of the keyboards. Yeah, I was just smashing and bashing stuff, like and just getting like every single bit of like that frustration like out of my body and stuff. Like, my body was just like, hey, you needed something like this. And it was the equivalent of having that really, really good workout that you need to do, which is like, earlier we were talking about punching bags, and you wanted to get a punching bag, and then it became a dick joke because that's what we do. But
dick jokes. Dicks and bundles.
But there is actually a thing like when you're fully into like hitting something and stuff like that, boxing in a way, you get into kind of like a zone of like focus.
Oh yeah.
And everything. Like, it's kind of like your Adderall just starts hitting into that thing. It's like that's what's focusing you out, focusing you in it. And then when you hit it, like, you feel this like every energy that's like coming out and is being transferred from you into that object and stuff. That's just like it's depleting you. It's making you feel better and everything. And it was like knocking, hitting everything. Like, there wasn't a part of me that was like, this looks cool. All of it was just me. This is me getting everything out. And I got everything out. Like afterwards, I was done. We were done. We had all this destruction and everything like that, just hanging out and everywhere. And I just sat down on like one of the chairs and stools. And then I took off like the overalls, and I noticed that every single fiber of clothing was drenched in sweat.
Ah.
Everything.
It got cool last night too.
Yeah.
Ah.
It was just like, it was just exhausting.
Oh yeah.
And stuff. And
I mean, it's not just a physical thing. Like, yeah, you're moving your body and putting all your force into hitting it without even realizing how much force you're doing it. But it's also like emotionally draining, you know?
Yeah.
Because like you're thinking about all that rage, and just your body's exhausted from inside out. You're thinking about the rage, and you're working out the rage. It's a lot, dude. You're getting hit from both sides.
It is. And then basically, like, afterwards we were done, we paid for everything. Like, I was just in a state of relaxation. Like, my aggression was gone. And like my empathy, I felt like my empathy went up. Like I felt like I had like more feelings and everything, where it's just like, okay, I'm more accepting of things now. I'm more like, yeah, like, okay, this happened, it happened.
Yeah.
It sucked. everything. With me and what happened. Even all together with me and happened, the roommate, and the way that he fucked me over. It kind of also reminded me of the times I too have fucked over people. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where just like you kind of like be like, okay, I got, but then I also got other people and stuff, and then you're just realizing, wait a minute, that's just how life naturally works and everything, and you're just like, and like you learn from this experience and stuff, and then once we were done, me and you and Robert were just hanging out like. Drinking afterwards.
Yeah.
By your car.
It wasn't like residual anger, like, hey, this other thing. Like, there was no bonding over a common hatred.
Yeah.
It was just, hey, we released a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. Look at us. We're people now, and we're just talking dumb shit.
I know. And it's just like, and it's even funny too, because you had because when you were smashing stuff, you had a little bit of rage things on there. But it was so much that you read into me. Where it was just like, you didn't see that as like, oh, wait, what are you talking about? It's unfair that Omar's smashing all these things. You were just more like, no, Omar needs this.
Yeah.
Omar, I could see Omar's in that zone, and I need him to hit as many beer bottles as he fucking can and get it all out of his system.
Oh, hell yeah.
Anyway.
No, I saw it as you needed it the most.
Yeah.
I probably needed the second most, and then Robert was like, I'm just here to smash stuff.
Yeah,
I like smashing things. I'm not mad. I just like seeing things go.
That is true. That is true. Thank you for listening to the All Regerts podcast with Sam Narani and Omar Gonzalez. Remember this, just because you have regrets doesn't mean you cannot live life as if you have no regrets. Have a wonderful day.